I want to show you some footage from inside several South Carolina level 3 prisons. Alex Murdaugh, being that he has 2 life sentences, he will be sent to one of these level 3 prisons in South Carolina. Currently, he's being held at Kirkland Correctional Institution, where he's being evaluated, and it will be determined which of these yards he goes to. So just want to give you guys an inside look and kind of commentate on what's going on and what happens inside these level 3 prisons. As you probably know, I left some of these prisons a little over a year ago after I served 10 years in South Carolina. The first clip that I think is kind of relevant because I do get a lot of questions like, Alex Murdaugh seems like he's doing things that are against the rules in there already. I mean, doesn't the staff care about that? Won't they put a stop to that? Like gambling. Is he going to be able to gamble? He loves to gamble. He loves to play poker. He said in that jail call that, he won some soups or beef sticks or whatever, through gambling. Listen, as you can see here, there is plenty of gambling that goes on. Listen, right here, they're playing spades. It looks like a card for some money. It could be canteen. It could be actual money. Some prison wine is getting passed around. That's not uncommon. We got cell phones on the table. It's a hangout. Some days it's a party. And honestly, with most of, especially the level 3 maximum security prisons, where a lot of the danger can really happen, a lot of the violence can take place. As long as no one's getting hurt, as long as no one's getting stab wounds in them, as long as no one needs to be taken to the hospital, all this other stuff is kind of considered harmless. They just kind of look the other way on a lot of this stuff because they're just glad no one's getting hurt, killed, or hospitalized. So if he wants to gamble and have a little fun, he'll definitely have that opportunity in prison. Of course, that whole gambling and drinking and that, if you want to do your time like that, it can open the door to problems, problems that come along with doing that. He could get himself into some trouble, some debt that he can't pay. Who knows? It's all about how he conducts himself while he's doing it. But yes, he'll absolutely be able to gamble and just, have a little bit of, liveliness in there while he's at these prisons. Another question I'm seeing a lot specifically, people want to know, is he going to be able to have a TV? Maybe they're wondering that because they just want to know, how do you pass time in the cell? And also, is he going to be able to watch some of this on TV? Is he going to be able to see how many, news medias are covering this case? Yes, as you can see here, there are TVs in South Carolina prisons. You can order them on the canteen. You can have your own personal TV in your cell. They cost about $250. They're not the best TVs, pretty cheaply made, but they get the job done when you have nothing else. They only get basic channels, of course, but yeah, if you want to watch, they're good for sports and news pretty much. So, and then, whatever comes on at night on the main channels, America's Got Talent, American Idol, whatever, all that. So yeah, you can absolutely have that. As you can see, this guy's working on a TV because they break pretty easy. Like I said, they're cheap. And one of the side hustles in prison is actually being able to know how to repair things like TVs, radios, headphones, things like that. Because people would rather pay you $20 to fix whatever's wrong with their TV instead of paying a whole, other $250 to buy another TV. Also, see people asking, is Alex going to be able to get his drugs of choice in there? Is he going to be able to get high? We know he says he has a drug problem or, he likes to use opiates, whatever. The answer to that is yeah, he definitely can do that. And the clip I'm going to show you, these are tan uniforms. What happened is the uniforms for South Carolina prisons used to be tan, but they changed them recently to orange. So just to help with the visibility of the inmate at night, in case any inmate was trying to escape and it's dark, it was really hard to see tan jumpsuits, so they changed it to bright orange. But as you can see in this clip, everybody's just kind of hanging out, waving around some blunts, smoking some weed, having a good time. If he really wants to, be around the drugs and get high and the fun he apparently likes to have, Yeah, he's probably going to have to go into general population at some point. I know for the first 6 months he will be isolated on protective custody, but once he goes up for his review after that 6 months, I imagine he'd be very tired of it. Maybe he won't be, but if he is and he asks to come off of it, he'll be going into general population, and yeah, he'll have plenty of opportunities to get high, as you can see here. There's weed in there, tobacco, pills, anything, whatever your drug of choice is. About the only thing they don't have in there is, actual name brand, from the street, liquor and alcohol, beer. Those usually come in containers that are hard to get in. They like to get in things that can be put in very small containers. That's why they just make prison wine. Last thing, and probably the biggest debate going on, and what has everyone the most divided is he going to stay in PC or not? Does he want to go into general population eventually, or does he want to stay isolated? He will have a choice. He doesn't have a choice right now, I understand that, but he will have a choice in the future. And it's going to be up to him whether he wants to or not. On one hand, yeah, you have the partying, you have the drugs, you have the gambling, the cards, but also, I mean, it certainly can be a bit intimidating for a guy like him. You walk in there's guys training, the people are staying in shape, they're working out, they're wrestling. As you can see here, this isn't a serious fight. They're just, sharpening their skills. You see these guys, they're just working on their boxing, working on their combos, just staying in tip-top shape in case anything goes down, because on these level 3s, it certainly does, things can happen pretty quick and they can get pretty serious in an instant. So, that may keep him away. Both are good points. What do you think? After seeing all this, do you think he's going to want to stay in PC and stay isolated? Or do you think eventually, after enough time by himself, he's not going to be able to resist wanting to be a part of that and just be around some other people and, maybe have a little fun and see a little action? Either way, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you liked the video. Hope it gave you some insight and information, and I'll be back soon with another.